You're listening to the WB Download, coming to you from Wieland Builders Showroom in Studio 1C. We are a podcast centered around building custom homes, the customer experience of building a custom home, and a really entertaining listen from many great guests and interviews that may or may not have anything to do with building. I'm excited to share with you their voice and their stories that will enhance your idea of the custom builder world. Well, hello again, everybody. I'm Jeff Wieland, president of Wieland Builders, here with you today, coming to you from Wieland Builders Showroom here in Westchester, Ohio. Of course, today is Tuesday, the 23rd of July, 2024, and man, it's just been so crazy around here lately. I just can't believe all the things that are happening, the things that we do. It's a fast-paced life when you have kids and you have businesses and you have a lot of different things going on. But we started back there before June interviewing my dad, or not interviewing. We started back here before June getting ready for my dad's birthday party, his 80th birthday party. We had almost 200 people at our farm. So we were leading up to that, really working hard for the last several months on it. And it was a big hit, a lot of cool stuff. But then we had a break in between baseball and basketball and football and cheerleading and all the things we had going on. So as soon as the party was over, then like 2 days later, we left. We went down to North Myrtle Beach for a couple of days. My family and I did, and it was really nice for us to be able to spend some time together with little or no interruption. And being in North Myrtle Beach, not to be confused with Myrtle Beach, North Myrtle Beach was really cool, and we enjoyed it. So it was nice to get away and get down there. And I didn't have a good experience the last time I was in Myrtle Beach. So when we went to North Myrtle Beach this time, it was completely different than what I remembered, and I loved it, and I can't wait to go back down there. So it was a lot of fun, very nice. So we had to make it short because we had to get back on that Saturday for what they call the livestock interview. So Cody, my son, had a beef steer, market steer, that he had entered into the Warren County Fair here in Southwest Ohio. And with that, whole 4-H club deal, it comes with a lot of different responsibilities. Not only meeting once a month, with the club and going down through things, but he has a book that he has to keep records on for his steer. And it's weights, it's weight gain, it's average weight gain, it's feed rations, it's illness, it's anything that comes along with this animal. He records it with pictures. Anything he learned in another book that he could read and learn more about the animal, he puts those things in this book. So then they go and they have this, it's an all-day event for anybody who's bringing any kind of animal to the fair. They have it on that Saturday there, and his time was at like 12 or 12:30. And he goes in and sits down and has to be interviewed by somebody about what he knows about his animal. And they review his book to make sure that he was the one filling it out, not his parents. And it's just really cool. All of these things, he gets dressed up in his outfit, got a cowboy hat on, and he goes and sits down with these people and answers all their questions. It's another thing that gets them to live outside their normal experiences, and they learn things from this. One thing it does is it teaches you how to be nervous as hell before you go and do an interview. So he did that, and it turned out good. He was relieved that when it was over, and record keeping is such a big deal of any business, anything that you do, and this was no exception. So when we talk about record keeping for the farm, we've got multiple different Google Docs that we keep for our small operation. We have multiple bookkeeping methods that we have to keep for our books and for expenses and for sales and everything that we do on there. So this was a learning experience for him. So Cody was finishing up baseball. He's playing AAU basketball still twice a week and a practice one night a week. Began football conditioning, and on top of that, we were preparing for the fair. So as we led into the fair, he wasn't really enjoying it. I mean, we live on a farm, and so you're down there already working, and then you go and get another project that you have to do to work at and do it for fun. Doesn't make a lot of sense sometimes. So he was just like, this sucks. And he didn't understand, he'd go to his meetings and there's nobody else in our club that was showing steers. And so it was just all new to him because this is his first year. We've never done this before. So it was a learning experience. But this last week we spent at the fair. So the Warren County Fair was this previous week. And, like most things, first time experience, you just don't know what to expect. And we got there, we got set up, and we started into everything. And he had to do for the week. And he really started enjoying it. He started seeing the fruits of his labor come to the top. And so every day we get there before 7 a.m. We give the steer a bath, we dry him, and we feed him. And then we go into the things that we have to do that day. Or I'm with him. I'm trying to support him, be with him every single day. But, he on Monday, on Monday he had an exhibitor meeting at 9:00 in the morning. And then we left that meeting and we had a vet check come around. So the Dr. Carrie Bellis comes around and checks your animal, makes sure that it's all in good shape and it's not sick. It's not, that it's decent. It's going to be well maintained, well cared for. And then we had weigh-ins. So we weigh him in back there in December, which is your check-in to prove that you have this animal in your possession. That's a rule for the market steers. You have to have them in there before January 1st in your possession. But the weigh-in was December 9th, and they also put a tag in his ear. That tag has to remain in his ear and be the same animal you took to the weigh-in to be here. So they compare the weigh-in back then and they compare to the weigh-in that he weighs today. Plus, that's the weight that they base the price on. That's the weight that they base his classes on that he's going to be in showing. And our steer weighed 1,145 pounds, which is, to me, it's an ideal weight. But in today's day and age, they're really like 1,100 pounds. Bigger animals is what they want today. But so we did that. And then on Monday, they also had this skill-a-thon that he could go do, which means he goes into another building and they have iPads in there and they ask him a bunch of questions about beef animals. And he did it for dairy. He did it for a couple of different species and really enjoyed it. So also on Monday, he when he got done all at night, I think he went back and had to volunteer at the lemonade stand with some other people from our club, and they were down there from 8 to 10. And then Monday night, also, my wife Shannon, she was parking cars at the fair, and they do this as a fundraiser for the cheerleaders, and it was pretty cool, but it was a lot of work. She's very tired from standing for multiple hours. On Tuesday, it was light day for us, but Shannon was back parking cars again for the football club, making money for the football club, raising money. That seems like what it is. But so the cheerleading team and the football team really did good that week, and it's nice that the fair allows them guys to do that. And on Wednesday night was at 5:00 was our show. This is the big deal. This is what we're here for. And believe it or not, we started getting him ready and getting him fitted up. And Cody and Bushwhacker went out there, and the steer's name was Bushwhacker. Cody named him Bushwhacker after a world champion bucking bull. But they went out and they won first place in their class. And I was just so excited for him. And he was just amazed, I think. And they both did really, really well. He had the opportunity to go back in and compete for the grand champion of the division. And he ended up standing third in the division, which, again, we were elated with. We were super excited. And, it was such a cool evening. I mean, just for him to see what it takes to get these cattle ready for the show. This is what I did in college is I ran around the United States, getting people's cattle ready for shows. And it was just one of the greatest times of my life. But for him to be able to see those things and how this animal can change completely just by fixing their hair and doing just some different things was really neat. And he goes out there and just showed like a champ. I mean, this is his first time going in there. It was really cool. So we had he just had a lot of people come out and see him, which, we're back there working on him, and me and him are working together and doing this. But, Alicia, who works here, our salesperson for Wieland Builders, and her husband were there, and her daughter. And our veterinarian was there, Dr. Sarah McConnell, Allison Narup, who her family also, Alicia's daughter has a horse there at the fair. Allison, who's our bookkeeper, her and her family and her kids have sheep there at the fair. So her and her husband, Nick, were there watching the show. My brother Mike and his wife, Monica, and my niece, Maya, came to watch the show. One of my very best friends, longest best friends, Ryan Grease, and both of his sons were there. They are all, Ryan is the person we buy feed from. buy a lot of our equipment from. And then him and his two sons there, they show a lot of cattle, and they were there helping us, and it was really cool to experience that with them together. And I got to stand next to Ryan while Cody was out in the ring. And it was a touching moment for us. We were both pretty emotional about it. So it was neat. And our awesome neighbors, Clint and Bree, they farm our property, and they're our neighbors. They came out with their two girls and watched Cody's show. And I think I'm probably missing some people, but I just want to say thank you. It was so neat to see all these people there. And to have them supporting Cody, and I just think he was overwhelmed, and as well as we were. So it's a big deal. It's a big deal to have all these people support. It's a big deal to be in this show, and so it was. We're grateful for everybody. So then on early Thursday morning, he goes back in for what they call showmanship contest, and the showmanship contest is now judging how he shows, and the judge comes up and asks him specific questions, gives him tips on things that he could do, and he placed fourth in that show, and he was really upset about that. He felt like he should have been better, and I was kind of happy with him because this is the first time he's ever done this, and he shows really, really well. He does a good job. Bushwhackers we've worked with him, and more than most kids ever have seen their steers, have seen their animals in the last year. But he was always just difficult to lead he just wanted to do it just to be difficult. I don't know what it was, but he was the calmest, greatest animal ever, but he was just difficult to lead. And I think that hurt him. But again, nonetheless, he enjoyed it. So Thursday night was the pig sale. We sat there and watched that for a little while, and then we had some other things to do later on that night. And then Friday, we did what they call an ultrasound, where actually I didn't. Cody did it, and Shannon did it because I had some meetings on Friday. But take the animal back. They shave a spot on his back, and they do an ultrasound. It tells you the quality of the beef, the fat content, the ribeye area, the carcass yield. It shows a lot of different things, and it was really, really cool to see. And it shows the results of what you're feeding, the genetics. It's a lot of different information to see. So Bushwhacker was a smaller frame cow. It wasn't as big as some of the ones that were a little bit higher, that placed a little higher than he was. But he still had some really good results, and we were pretty happy with him. But so then Saturday is the sale day. I should say Friday night is they do a whole bunch of awards. They do showmanship, showman. And they finished that up, and then we also had the opportunity to walk, because our fairgrounds are in our town, and we walked from the fairgrounds down into town for our third Friday event that our cool town of Lebanon does. Lebanon is one of the greatest places in America to live, and I love it. And they do these things, all these events, all the time in town. So we walked down there and enjoyed it, and then walked back up and went home. So Saturday's the big sale day. And meaning that, we raised this animal, Cody raised this animal knowing that he's selling it for beef, and he's putting him on a trailer on that last day of the fair and going to make money on him. And so the Saturday is the sale day, and it's just, we all struggled to watch Bushwhacker get on that trailer. We broke all the cardinal rules. I mean, we named him. We sat 6 inches from him for 7 days and just petting him and loving on him. He was like a dog to us, and then we had to put him on a trailer and kill him, which is crazy, but it's a part of life. And Cody had to learn that. I mean, this is a part of this project. This is a part of life. This is something that and if you don't have the stomach for it, then don't do it. But he does, and he did a great job. And then, all of these things teach responsibility. This project teaches responsibility. So you have to figure out, where you're going to buy him from. If you're not going to take him off the farm, if you're going to take him off the farm, then that's what we want to do. If you buy him, you have to figure out how much you're going to pay for him, how much you can afford to pay for him, figure out his daily rate of gain, the feed rations. You're figuring all these things out. You're keeping the records all along. And then when you come down, you have to prepare him for the show. And then you also, prior to going to the show, you have to market this animal. You have to sell it, or you have to raise money in order to put a conglomerate group together and to buy the animal. And that's what Cody did. He sent out letters, and then he followed up with emails, followed up with text messages, and went around and talked to folks about it. And he raised a lot of money to sell this steer, and from different folks. And he's taking the money, and he's putting it into his 529 plan, and he's going to start saving. We've been saving for him for a long time, but start saving for school. So I just want to thank these guys for donating money to him. So Ryan Grease from Fagley's Feed and Fuel over in Miamitown, my ultimate all-time, long-time best friend. He came out there and helped us watch the show and just really, really supportive through this whole process. Todd Casey and Mark Staley from 84 Lumber. Todd's the manager, Mark's our salesperson, and these guys are both 4-H guys, and they get it. And they were the first ones to call up and say, "We want to send some money to Cody." And I was just grateful for it. Ryan Murphy, one of my really good friends, he's also our insurance agent. He sent some money. My cousin Johnny Lower, we started talking about this at my dad's birthday party, and he said, "Hey, we want to chip in some money. I want to see this kid do some good stuff." And he owns a company called Gordian Construction, big commercial builder, and just does an awesome job. He's always been a super smart guy, and runs this unbelievable company. And I'm just proud to be cousins with him. Greg Hanghold is another friend of mine from Myron Bowling Auctioneers. Sent him a letter, and he steps up and says, "Hey, Cody, I used to raise steers." He's a 4-H guy, grew up on a farm, and he says, "I want to send you some money." He had no obligation. I was just grateful. Matt and Joe Smith from Siteworks, they're road builders, really good friends of ours. And, Cody calls Matt, Uncle Matt, and he hustled him out of some money for this steer. Jonathan Sams is a Turtle Creek Township trustee and a friend of ours. He's an attorney here in Southwest Ohio, and just super nice guy, and threw some money to Cody because mostly I think it was because he was super impressed with Cody. He kept having conversations with Cody all week. And Cody just, I think he just wowed him. So it's pretty neat to have Jonathan give him some money. Zimmer Tractor there in Monroe, Jason Beckner, a guy I went to high school with, but we bought a handful of equipment off of him. And he was, stepping up, and like, he calls me up and says, "Hey, yeah, we'd love to." Another 4-H guy. His kids are in 4-H. He grew up in FFA with me. Brooks and Company, which is Allison Narup. She's our bookkeeper here. We've been buying their lambs for the last several years. And again, she also gets it. And Megan King from Guaranteed Rate Mortgage, another 4-H person. We bought their Grand Champion lamb over at Butler County a couple years ago. And she was nice enough to donate some money to Cody. So all of these people, thank you. Wieland Builders also matched whatever these people brought. And we were, it's cool to be able to do this for the kids. And that's not, we bought a lot of kids projects there Saturday. So we spent some money supporting the kids. I'd love to be able to help kids whenever we can. Hey, Cody works his ass off. He works on the farm. He plays 3 sports all year long. I mean, literally all year long without hardly a break. He gets straight A's, and we're so proud of him. So the results of this experience, he made new friends. He had a lot of fun. He did a lot of things outside of his comfort zone, teaching him how to speak to people, how to be prepared for things, how to be nervous, how to work through your nerves. And the other thing is that I went into this thing thinking we were never going to do this again. And now here we are, third day in, starts talking about what we're going to do next year. Raina starts saying, we went to the special projects barn, and Raina starts talking about recipes for cakes, and she wants to do this, and she wants to, and we bought 2 rabbits from some friends of ours that she's going to raise for next year. And she wants to do, we've already got 2 steers on the farm right now, and she wants to show them next year. And so this is, it's been, heartwarming. And as a family, we got to spend a lot of time up there this week, just going up and eating together, going to the shows together. They had a rodeo and tractor pulls. And I mean, that stuff might sound stupid to some people, but anytime we get a chance to spend time together as a family, doing things, and I don't care what it is, as long as we're not looking at iPads and cell phones, and we're all doing something, we're walking, holding hands, we sit down and eat lunch together, we sit down and eat dinner together, we eat nasty fair food together, we just sit in the stall next to Bushwhacker, not saying anything together. It's time spent together, and I think that's what really we want as a family. So it was super overwhelming. I mean, I'm just so grateful, and this is my thing, I know, but I'm pretty excited about how it all. So a lot of work. We're already working on the projects for next year, and this is nearly a year-long project for most of these kids, and it's hard work. And all the kids who actually do the work, not their parents doing the work, because this 4-H and animals and all these things can be just like the stick and ball sports. The parents get in the way. screw it all up, do everything for the kids, or they bitch and complain, or they make things worse or better, or whatever they do. This is a kid's project. And so it's really, really cool to see the kids that do it. They do it well, and they work hard. So yeah, a lot of fun. Hey, the building business, if you want to talk about the building business, this podcast is, I just think it's cool for everybody to see what crazy lives we live and the things that we do. But I really wanted to talk about the fair because I think we had a good experience. So the building business is awesome. As I said the last time, we hired Wayne Biggs. He's a new guy here, and he's doing a really good job. And just this team, I will talk about this team until I'm blue in the face, because I've been doing this for 27 years full time, been doing it my whole life, literally. And this team that we have right now today is the best team that I've ever seen. And they kill it. And I'm just pretty excited about it. We have, the other thing I was going to say is talking about our customers. So we don't want to build everybody's house in the world. And we have some really, really great customers that we have that we're working with. And these are customers that we both pick up the phone and call each other, whether we're talking about work or we're talking about their house or we're talking about whatever. No problem. Texting. We go out to dinner. We go to lunch. We hang out. We see each other in the office. We're always excited to see each other. Even if we have to have a tough conversation, we're still, we're on the same page. This is a team effort. And it's just so nice to have partnerships. Unfortunately, it's not always the case in business. And I'm not saying that everybody's on board with this, but this is it's a really good time, and I'm enjoying it. So Homearama is quickly approaching. With landscaping is in, all the flat work is in. We had a late ad for a sprinkler system in the yard, so we're installing that this week, and then the sod goes down. Our sod deadline, which means the day that we have to be completed on the outside, is next Wednesday, and we are going to hopefully lay the sod on Saturday. Gutters are on, man. The house looks awesome, and we're just getting ready to clean up the inside of it and just punching it out, man. We're just doing a couple knick-knack things in there, and wrapping the house up. So, the show is the last week of August and the first week of September, and you guys have heard me talking about it. I hope that you can make it out to see the finished product and see all the other houses come out and hang out with us and see what I'm always yapping about on here. There's more information about Homearama on our website at wielandbuilders.com. Check that out. And it's on our Homearama page. I can't believe summer's closing in on the end so quickly. And it always seems like winter takes forever and summer goes by so quick. And which is, I guess, why people move away from Ohio, because they want to enjoy the warm weather and sunshine all year long. But when the kids go back to school, I think things are going to slow down for us. And I think it's going to be nice because it's been a crazy summer. Really, really crazy. Just with so much stuff going on and how busy we've been. So I'm looking forward to the kids going back to school. I don't think they are, but I am. I know Shannon is, for sure. And I know this podcast wasn't a lot about building, but I think it's fun, like I said, to hear about our crazy busy schedules, the things that we do. Hopefully other people can relate to the experiences, and maybe it'll get somebody excited to go to the fair. Maybe it'll get somebody excited to enter their daughter in cheerleading or whatever. But the fair has a lot of nostalgia to it that I love. I've always been an animal lover and just remember the fair from when I was a little kid. And, I hope many kids continue that tradition of going to the fair. I think my kids will be too. So, next time, I think the last podcast that we have here, maybe the second Tuesday in August, we'll have, it'll be the next podcast. We'll have the designers that worked on Homearama here, and they might do it without me. I'm not sure. And they're going to bring a lot of the techniques, the history, the method, the path that it took them to get to Homearama, the things they do on a daily basis. And it'll be interesting to hear what they have to say. So I'm looking forward to that one. And we've only got, a handful of episodes left till the end of the year. I'm just kidding. We're only about halfway through the year. So, hey, thanks again, everybody, for listening. I hope you enjoyed the thought process of the fair, the experience that we've had at the fair, and all the stuff we got going on. But, hey, if you want any more information on WB Download or Wieland Builders, you can email me at wbdownload@wielandbuilders.com. Or you can go to our website at wielandbuilders.com. Remember, that's WIELAND builders.com. www.wielandbuilders.com. Don't forget that our episodes drop on the second and fourth Tuesdays of the month. You can get the WB download on any one of your favorite podcast services. And like I said, if you have anything to reach out, come see us here in Westchester. Call me, email me, and I'd be glad to talk to you about it. If you want to be a guest on our show, or you have a topic that you think that we should discuss, please email it to me. I'd love to hear more of this stuff, and love to hear more about what you have to say, even if it doesn't have anything to do with building. So, hey, thank you again, everybody. I'm Jeff Wieland here on WB Download.